Yo, guys, what is up? It is OC here with you live on the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. It is the 5th of November, Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. And we have an incredible show lined up for you today. Absolutely incredible. You are free to jump on the panel and discuss, but we will be talking about tariffs. The Supreme Court today heard oral arguments in the case against the current U.S. administration to determine whether or not the draconian tariffs that have been imposed on Switzerland and other countries are constitutional. So there was myself and Brody and Ghost of Yiddish Gambino and Vimal and a few other people. All the lawyers who were part of the community were on a Zoom call today, analyzing the oral arguments in real time. We were discussing what was going on. In addition to that, we have breaking news that was actually leaked or announced by President Trump, and we'll be getting to that momentarily. And then we'll be talking about Jizz Club. Jizz Club got his Grail Rolex, guys. Jizz Club got his Grail Rolex. We'll be talking about that. And probably the main event tonight is the watch community will be determining the worst brand of the year. And I will probably pick the nominees because I know that you guys aren't going to want to be seen in the chat, disparaging brands. So that's cool. I get it. You're scared. You don't want, it's guilt by association. You don't want people to know that you have certain feelings about brand. I'll take the heat. I will take the heat, and I will, if nobody coughs up the brands, I'll nominate the brands. I have 5 brands written down on a piece of paper right here. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to fucking check them off here. This one and this one and that one for sure. And this one definitely. And maybe this one. Yeah. I've got 5 at my fingertips. If nobody nominates a brand, I'll be nominating 5 brands as the most disappointing brand of the year. Most disappointing brand of the year. And I'm not, listen, I showed an Ilanga video at the outset of today's stream. It's not because I'm naming Longa. Not necessarily. I don't think, was Longa the worst brand of the year? Was Longa the most disappointing brand of the year? I don't know. We're looking at the Tudor website. Tudor may or may not be named the most disappointing brand of the year. I don't know. That's going to be determined by you guys. I'm not going to interfere. There will be no election interference today, guys. One thing I will tell you, though, is that we're going to be covering Jizz Club. We have some AP news. We have some tariff news, all kinds of exciting stuff. Coming up in 5 minutes. But don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Strap in. Grab a cup of Joe, make a martini. I don't care. You're going to need it because today we are going to do a crazy stream and it's going to require your input and your engagement. Let's see who we have in the chat. Oh, by the way, quick wristwatch check. OC's here with the AP Royal Oak. Check it out. It's like a disco ball, baby. 41 millimeter Royal Oak 50th anniversary. This is a 2022 model with a special Lightning McQueen 50th NASCAR rotor. This is in a silver dial, 41 millimeters, stainless steel. Look at that. Look at the bracelet. Look at the, go to my Instagram if you want to see a pic, or my YouTube where I have a short. There it is. Could AP be the most disappointing brand of the year? I don't know. AP maybe could be the most disappointing brand. It depends on who you guys nominate and who and the brands for which you vote. Let's see who's in the chat. If you're watching this now, upvote the live stream and type in a comment in the chat. I want to see who is watching. I want to see, even if you're a lurker, guys, and if you're an unbanned lurker, please type in a comment in the chat. Now, YouTube statistics show that 75% of all lurkers and haters are banned. So you can't type in a comment. But for those of you who are not banned, type in a comment in the chat. Say hello. I will greet every single person who types in a comment in the chat. We got MD Chaz, member of the OC channel. The link to become a member is in the chat. If you have a star next to your name, don't forget, use your free member milestone chats. It's the beginning of the month. Make sure you use them before you lose them, guys. I need 50 grand. I need 50 grand. He's referring to the winner of YouTuber of the Year, new YouTuber of the Year, and that award goes to that sweet short guy who wears the suits in those videos, in those viral videos. And congratulations to him. But yeah, in one of those videos, one of the customers came in and said, I need 50 grand. I need 50 thou. That's the new, I need 50 thou. Hey, that's a great slogan. Everybody needs 50 thou. Can't go wrong with that slogan. Got Brody in the chat. Brody, who is general counsel of the Original OC network. Can't be Tudor. Expectations are too low to disappoint. Brody and I were on a team call. We were on Zoom earlier talking about the Supreme Court. We were listening into the oral arguments earlier today. We were on with a whole team of lawyers who were analyzing that case. Special club is called, part of the Harvard Club. And for those of us who graduated from Harvard Law School, Brody can't be Tudor. No, I mean, can it be Tudor? It's possible. I mean, it could be argued that Tudor is the most disappointing brand of the year. It could be argued that Tudor is the most disappointing brand every year. But I'm not gonna interfere. I'm not gonna get in the way of what the watch community feels. Mr. Tudor, to you, today's stream will be the deciding factor to be or not to be a member. Hey, Mr. Tudor, to you. Hey, by the way, check this out. We were talking about cars on the last stream, and Mr. Tudor, to you, sent me this. And this is one. He has a giant property. I won't reveal where it is, but he has a huge compound. You guys ever see the TV show Dynasty or Dallas? You ever see Dallas, where there's that helicopter shot of South Fork? This is Mr. Tudor, to use property, and it's very similar to South Fork. It's a very huge, sprawling campus with stables, and I think it's probably 30 or 40 acres, huge. But we were talking about cars, and he goes, "Listen, I've got an M5." We were talking about M5s and BMWs and the best cars, best driver enthusiast cars, and he sent me this pic. And he sent it during the live stream. I wasn't able to get to it, but I have it handy for you guys to check out. What is your favorite? I'm very, very close on pulling the trigger on an M5. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm going to get it. But I'm not going to get this one. I'm going to get the current one. I'm going to get the current generation with the clear plastic ambient lighting and the game console gamer inspired cockpit. It looks like I'm playing Afterburner. Does anyone remember Sega Afterburner? I feel like the cockpit of the M5 is like Afterburner. And I'll replace the steering wheel with a joystick. But what's up, Mr. Tutor to you? Listen, I hope you become a member. Stop hanging this over my head. You've had plenty of opportunity to become a member. But I will not be trying to sway the vote in favor of Tutor or anybody else. But Tutor could be the most disappointing brand of the year. Who am I to say? We've got another non-member, Whole Milk. Am I banned? Nope, you're not banned. Whole Milk's never banned. Whole Milk Whole Milk actually knows about watches. That's the thing. Whole Milk's the whole package. He's not 1% or 2%. He is Whole Milk. So he's clever, he's funny, and he knows a lot about watches. We've got LV in the chat. I have no idea who this is. LV, we are here for you, OC. Thank you, LV. I have no idea who this is. Welcome to the channel, I think. Be careful. Be careful. This is the original OC channel. This isn't one of those hate streams. This isn't a troll channel where you just load the panel up with people and just destroy each other. We focus on the brands here. If we're going to destroy anything, we will destroy the brands. Yeah, we're not going to. This is a positive channel. We don't jump on and engage in any tomfoolery. We got Brian the Pipe in the chat. I am banned to the screened-in lanai while we have some work done on the house. Brian, you've spent about $300,000 on that house. Brian has spent an absolute fortune on his new house in Florida. Got St. Peter in the chat. I need like 50 bands now. Thank you, St. Peter. MD Chaz complimenting Mr. Tutor to use wheels. He's got 2 5 series here. He's got M5 and he's got an older. Is that a 5 series or a 7 series? Let me know. Can't tell the silver one in the background. But we do have, we have some breaking news on Jizz Club. We have Jizz Club got his Grail Rolex, guys, and we will be showing you the video. We also have some interesting developments on AP. We will be sharing that. Let's see. Hey, Matthias. Matthias is in the chat. Let's go. Matthias is a member and co-CEO of the Watch Colony Channel Network. Welcome. It's a 6-speed 530i. Gotcha. Thank you. He's got two 5 series, 530i and the M5. Mr. Tutor to you loves his BMW. Okay. 536 speed. What is it? What are you saying here? 540i? Mr. Tutor 2, you need to learn how to type. Please learn how to type in the chat. It's a 540i? Got it. I spec'd out a 540i a couple days ago on the configurator. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty nice car. All right, let's get to, by the way, there's breaking news in the watch world. No other channel will cover this, but of course they all watch my channel and they will cover it as soon as I talk about it because they all get their content pretty much from me. But here you go. Courtesy of Bloomberg, Rolex Partners Group takes Swiss tariff plea directly to Trump. I'm just going to kind of scroll a little bit past this video here. I just don't want to get hit with copyright. Ugh, these pop-ups and stuff. But let me read to you this article. So this is basically saying on Tuesday, which was yesterday, Rolex CEO Jean-Frédéric Dufour, Richemont president, and one of the members of Partners Group. Partners Group is a private equity firm that owns Breitling. So, in other words, executives from Rolex, Breitling, and Richemont went to the White House to meet with Trump. And I will now read to you from the article. Some of Switzerland's most high-profile business executives attended an Oval Office meeting that prompted United States President Donald Trump to endorse additional trade negotiations as Bern being the capital of Switzerland, seeks to lower White House tariffs imposed on Swiss goods. Partners Group billionaire founder Alfred Gantner, now Partners Group again is the firm that owns Breitling. So in other words, an executive from the venture capital company that owns Breitling, Rolex boss, this is Rolex CEO Jean-Frédéric Dufour, Daniel Yegi of commodity trader Mercuria, Richemont chairman Johann Rupert, and some other executives, including executives from a gold refiner, all attended a meeting with Trump, according to a statement. The unusual and rare joint effort by business people across Swiss flagship industries highlights what's at stake for the small European country, which depends heavily on exports and has been slapped with the highest tariff rate of any developed nation. It's also a sign of growing nervousness among those leaders about the longevity of the levies. Trump, in a social media post following the meeting, said he had met, quote, high-level representatives of Switzerland, unquote, and ordered U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer to schedule follow-up negotiations. Now, the truth is that they weren't high-level representatives of the government or the administration of Switzerland. These were private business leaders that met with Trump. Both the White House and Switzerland's government previously declined to provide details on who took part in the meeting. The Swiss government says it was aware of the initiative, but the move may also reflect frustration among businesses after Trump slapped a 39% levy on Switzerland this summer, the highest of any developed nation. The government has since then engaged in regular talks with the United States on the issue, but so far there's been little information about the progress. President Karen Keller-Sutter later last month declined to put a timeline on the negotiations. Quote, this is a private initiative by Swiss business leaders, which was supported by the State Secretariat for Economic Affairs in its preparation, but it is taking place independently of the federal council's involvement, unquote, a spokesperson for the economic ministry said in an email. So, in other words, representatives of private companies, including Richemont, Rolex, and Breitling's owner, met with President Trump yesterday. They are absolutely scared to death about the impact of tariffs on the Swiss watch industry. Yeah, so breaking news at this hour, Rolex Partners Group owner of Breitling and president of Richemont met with President Trump yesterday. And here's the concern. The concern is that they're heading into the holiday season, and the holiday season could make up 20 to 30, and for some brands, maybe even 40% of all the sales for the year. And with these high tariffs in place, they could be absolutely screwed. Absolutely screwed. The question is, where are those watches going to go if there are tariffs in place? These are the Swiss watch exports for the month of September. And as you can see here, Swiss watch exports to the United States were down a whopping 55.6%. Exports to Japan were also down. Exports to France and Germany were also down year over year. But these shipping watches to the UK, Hong Kong, and China and Singapore, those are where the watches went. The Swiss watch industry said, listen, you know what? We can't ship them to the United States because we're going to get hit with a 39% tariff. So let's ship them other places. But you know what? The UK and Hong Kong and China and Singapore, they cannot absorb these watches. They need the United States to buy these watches in November and December. We are, I mean, you can call us gullible, but we are the market that will buy these watches. And that's why Richemont, Breitling, and Rolex are scared to death that nothing's being done to change these 39% tariffs that are in place. All right, let me go back to the chat, say hello to people who are here. We've got Vimal in the chat. What's up, Vimal? Partners Group owns Breitling, correct. I mentioned that tariff isn't even in the top 20 reasons they're struggling. It doesn't help. It doesn't help that there are 39% tariffs on Breitling. So absolutely, it's an absolutely critical issue for Partners Group, because Partners Group invested in Breitling and basically took Breitling private when they were worth like only $1 billion. And about a year and a half ago, they were worth like $4 billion. So in other words, Partners Group quadrupled their investment. But you know what? That investment could be worth nothing if they have a really shitty year. It's possible that Breitling could use $1 billion or $2 billion worth of its value if these tariffs remain in place. So, hey, we got, who else do we have in the chat here? We have Peruka. By the way, Peruka, one of your comments was deleted. Not sure what it said in there, but keep in mind that some of the comments YouTube does filter out if it had profanity in it or something in there. So I saw there was a couple of comments that were held for review and deleted. So just type it without using profanity. I think it'll clear there. I got Doc Mick in Florida. What's up, Doc Mick? He's a member of the OC channel. Thank you for being a member. Hey, we got one of our OG members in the chat. No Biggie Sal, one of the first members on the first day that memberships were made available. No Biggie Sal was there, had my back. Easy fix. Have Rolex build a statue of Trump as a gift. Those pesky tariffs will magically disappear. Well, we'll see. We shall see. I don't know, but this is tough. This is a tough situation. The Swiss watch industry is about to head into the busiest time of the year. They want sales, and they want sales from their biggest market, the United States, and they're not going to get it with 39% tariffs in place. Why was this plea not addressed as early as April? Says Chalk Flew Up. What's up, Chalk? Who's also a member. Thank you, Chalk Flew Up, for being a member. Why was it this? I think they have been. I think you have a point, Chalk Flew Up, but they did meet in early September. Remember, Rolex CEO Jean-Frédéric Dufour was invited by, Rolex CEO Jean-Frédéric Dufour invited Trump to the U.S. Open. That was early September, October. So it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months since then. No movement on the tariffs. The two sides haven't even talked since then. But newsflash, oral arguments in the case before the Supreme Court on the constitutionality of the tariffs took place today at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's not looking good for the tariffs. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to predict right now that the tariffs are ruled unconstitutional by 8-1. 8-1, maybe 7-2. because Justice Thomas, he really can't be trusted to do anything coherent. So like chances are Justice Thomas will be he's always on the wrong side of everything. But it's gonna be 8-1 or 7-2. These tariffs are based on the questioning today. The tariffs are unconstitutional. And people are like, well, see, like, what do you mean? What do you mean unconstitutional? Well, it's a convoluted kind of argument. A lot of the lawyers in the chat know, especially some of the experts on constitutional law. But basically, to put it in a nutshell, tariffs, which are considered taxes, are the responsibility. There's an explicit authority granted to Congress in the United States Constitution to oversee tariffs, taxes, and revenue generation. And so the executive branch has absolutely no authority to levy unilateral taxes or tariffs without congressional approval. That's the argument. We will hear from the Supreme Court probably within the next few weeks. Hey, by the way, Canadians, says Vimal, are standing by willing to accept additional shipments. Canada, Canada's number 16 on the list here, you can see. A very, very small market for the Swiss watch industry. But their shipments were increased by 18% in the month of September. So they did get more watches, but it's a very, very, very small market. It's typically about 1/20th, like 1/20th the size of the United States. So very, very small. Hey, got who else do we have in the chat? Guys, we got 38 people watching, and we only have 4 people in the chat. Come on, type in a comment. Let me know that you're here. We're going to be giving you an update on Jizz Club, and we're going to be nominating your brands for, I could say worst brand of the year, but it's really not worst brand of the year. It's really more like most disappointing brand of the year. Most disappointing brand. And if you guys don't nominate anybody, I'll nominate people for you. It's all cool. Same rules apply as always. Any $1.99 super chat, and you can nominate any brand. But I have a list of 5 brands that I think are good candidates right now. By the way, if you're going to type in Jizz Club in the chat, don't use that full word. You might have to use an asterisk, or you might just have to say J Club or something like that. So unfortunately, I think that particular word is not allowed in the chat. So YouTube monitors that. So type in something else. Sorry. There's a lot of deleted comments today. There was a deleted comment from Peruka. There was a deleted comment. YouTube is holding and hiding the comments. So got to be careful with the. It's a sanitized stream, guys. There you go. Whole Milk says Jazz Club. There we exactly. One time at Jazz Camp? You could call it Jazz Camp. How about that? But we will be providing an update on Jazz Club. He got his Grail Rolex, guys. Congratulations to Jazz Club. He got his Grail Rolex. You want to guess what it is? Guess what? Well, he didn't get AP. AP is fucking blacklisted him, and I'm really, really happy about that. He did an absolutely cringeworthy video about AP, and my understanding, based on credible sources, is that he has been completely blacklisted from Audemars Piguet, which is well deserved. I mean, the guy has no business, absolutely no business, owning AP after that incredibly cringeworthy performance. But he got a Rolex. Someone gave him a Rolex. I have my inclinations. I have my hunch on who gave it to him. But I don't want to reveal. I don't want to reveal how he got it. Hey, we got Gasman in the chat. Gasman was on the stream a few months ago, unboxed a killer piece. What it was, I can't tell you because I don't remember, because I'm half senile. Hello, all from the UK. Looking forward to unboxing of the year. That's right. Gasman may be nominated for unboxing of the year. You guys, tell me what you want to do in the chat. Do you want to? I have news about AP. I have news about jazz camp, and we can get to nominating brands for most disappointing brand of the year. If you guys don't have a preference, I'll go in my particular order. Okay, let's go with Jazz Camp first. Let's do Jazz Camp. Jazz Camp should be paying a maximum gray market price for AP and only be allowed to wear huge offshores. I agree, St. Peter. I don't even think he should be allowed to buy a code or an offshore. The guy flat out admitted that he was going to flip it. You know, he basically came out and said, oh, well, I'm not a code or offshore guy, but I'll happily buy one, wink, wink, for my friends and family. Who the fuck are you to buy codes and offshores for your friends and family? Who are you, fucking John Mayer? You don't like the code? Get fucked. That's basically buzzword, code word for I'm going to sell these watches. I'll buy them just to get purchase history and then sell them. Well, the fucking the gig is up, Jizz Club. My understanding is that you will never get an AP at retail. At least, listen, if you do get one from AP, that's a bad look for AP. That would be a disastrous look for AP. So, believe me, the first person who will condemn AP for giving you a watch at retail will be me and this watch community. So, AP, we're watching. We are watching. Chalk Flew Up says, yeah, it's AP's loss. He really had a lot to bring to the table. Yeah, he was going to bring partnerships. He was going to do collaborations. You know, his huge audience was going to follow him along. Fucking dork. Hey, Julius Caesar's in the chat. What's up, Julius Caesar? Thank you for being a member. Let's see. Let's go to the. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull up the video. I'll let you guys judge. Let's see. Where did I do with that? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. An update from Jazz Club, guys. He just got his Grail Rolex. Guys in the chat, don't type in the J word. Like I'm saying Jizz Club, but you can't use that word in the chat. Sorry. So use Jazz Camp. This one time at Bandcamp. Here we go. Here's the update from Jizz Club, guys. Let's go. Let's listen in.
Retail journey so far on my page, and I featured some ridiculously smooth experiences and allocations that have made quite a lot of people question the legitimacy of this page.
Yes, they have, for good reason. Absolutely, they have.
And I never thought I'd say this, but I recently just had the craziest Rolex retail experience.
The guy, every time this guy says experience or journey, it's absolutely cringeworthy. And by the way, why is his nose so? Why is he so plugged up? Like, why would he talks like his nose is completely plugged up? It's like, I mean, if it's a medical issue, then I can sympathize. But it's like he has a constant cold. It's like everything he says is like it's completely fucking. His sinuses are like completely clogged. Is that just me? Here we go. Back to the beginning here, guys.
Hey everyone, I featured dozens of Rolex retail journeys so far on my page.
Journeys.
And I featured some ridiculously smooth experiences and allocations that have made quite a lot of people question the legitimacy of this page. And I never thought I'd say this, but I recently just had the craziest Rolex retail experience. I don't think I'm gonna
How crazy could it possibly be? Why is it crazy, Jizzy?
share the full story publicly, but I'll do a long story short. I walked into this AD with no expectations at all. I just wanted to check out a few models, and I walked out with my dream piece. I'm still figuring out if it makes sense for.
Congratulations to Air King. I mean, to the Air King. You know, this. I think it's an Air King. Shout out to Air King Ben. This guy's Grail watch, his Grail Rolex, is probably an Air King, and he. God, I wish Rolex didn't give him an Air King. I don't think he deserves anything. This guy's cringeworthy.
For me to post this publicly, if I post the.
Oh, I didn't want to post this publicly, but you know what? How about if I post this publicly? Ugh.
Walked into this AD with no expectations at all. I just wanted to check out a few models, and I walked out with my dream piece. I'm still figuring out if it makes sense for me to post this publicly.
You're still figuring it out. Yet, why don't I do a very public post on all social media and I'll blast it out to everybody?
If I post about this, it has to make sense. I just want to give a huge shout out to this AD and my guy for trusting me.
Oh, for fuck's sake. For trusting me with this watch. I really, really thank you. Guys, you can't type in the J word in the chat. Okay. Use an asterisk or use a different word. Okay. Your comments will be hidden.
Be honest, for the longest time, everyone knows how much I've been promoting AP specifically, and the love.
Promoting? This guy is damaging the AP brand. There's no person, there's no single person out there right now on social media that's ruining the AP brand. Well, maybe, okay, I better take that back. This guy, if he gets a watch from AP, it will destroy AP. You know, the fact that this guy's interested in AP is everything that's wrong with AP. That's the part that he doesn't get. Loyal AP people, VIP customers, the fact that this guy's attracted to AP is a sign of is a sign that AP's on the decline. You guys get it? You guys agree with me in the chat? The fact that this guy thinks AP is the best brand in the world, that's what's wrong with AP. What is AP doing to attract this kind of customer? Why does this kid think that AP is for him? What is AP doing to send him a signal that he's worthy of AP? These are all crazy and important questions.
Love definitely has not been reciprocated from the corporate side.
Thank God. Thank God AP is not reciprocated. If AP House or any other AP reciprocates with his quote unquote, you know, promotion by rewarding him with a watch, AP is fucking toast.
And, you know, for Rolex to come.
Let me just back that up a little bit.
For trusting me. I'll be honest, for the longest time, everyone knows how much I've been promoting AP specifically.
You haven't been promoting AP. You haven't been promoting AP. You've been professing your love like a fanboy, like a jilted lover. Please, AP, love me. Please, AP. Fuck, no, AP shouldn't want you as their customer. You're completely unqualified. It would send the wrong signal to everybody who's an AP enthusiast if you got a watch from them. Oh, I'm a 15, 5'10" guy. God. This guy's, his attraction to AP is why AP is on the decline.
Specifically, and the love definitely has not been reciprocated from the corporate side. And, you know, for Rolex to come in and show the love they did for me, it's, I'll put it like this.
Oh, they showed their love for me. No, they sold you a fucking dog watch, probably.
Forever loyal to Rolex. Behind the scenes, I'm going to do my absolute best to 10x, 100x the value and joy they've given to me. I want you guys.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to help Rolex? The audacity of this guy. Like, I'll repay you 100x for giving me that. How are you going to do anything? Your association with Rolex, your association with the AD hurts them. It doesn't help. You fucking prick. The fact that a Rolex AD would give you a watch, if this is a hot watch, the fact that they gave you the watch is not a good thing for them. It's not a good thing. I mean, they shouldn't want it promoted. They made a mistake.
To guess in the comments which piece you think I picked up. Overall, I'm just incredibly grateful.
I'm incredibly grateful at this opportunity to partner with the brand and collaborate with Rolex. I'll pay it back 100x.
I'm still processing how I was able to walk in and walk out with this piece. Like and follow for more JZO Club. I know I've been relatively inactive compared to past few months.
Yes, I would prefer that you be incredibly inactive. Maybe one video a year. If you could just follow up on that and stick to your promise and be incredibly inactive, I would really appreciate it.
Months. That's because I've been having a lot of behind the scenes opportunities.
Bullshit! You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking snake oil salesman. You have no opportunities. If anybody partners with this guy or collaborates in any kind of business venture with him, they are fools, absolute fools. The guy has absolutely zero credibility in the watch space, zero power, zero influence, zero anything. He's a fraud, absolute fraud.
Just know I'm going to bring back the retail journeys really soon. Stay tuned.
Fucking journeys, experience, journeys, experience. It's so cringe. Absolute cringe. Well, anyway, he got a watch. Actually, there's probably no evidence. This is probably green screen. He just put the Rolex logo behind him, and he pretended to get this from the AD. He probably just bought like a fucking bought a Daytona from Gray Market. I would guess that this video is fake. Absolutely fake. That's what I say about it. What do you guys say? Let's see. He is a stoner, says Julius Caesar. I don't know that. I have no evidence to support that. So I don't want to, I can't agree with that. I don't know what his recreational habits are. I do know that it could be a medical condition, but he does have kind of a very clogged nose that forces him to really talk like this, and it sounds really strange. Julius Caesar says also that amazing how his Rolex at AD was a Batgirl. Now his second watch is a Panda Date. Yeah, this is bullshit. This is, I don't know if I'm going to go public with it. Yeah, I mean, I would hope not. I think you're not going public because you got this from fucking a gray market dealer. Probably like you bought it from European Watch Company or like Nashville Watch or something, and you're pretending that you got it from an AD. You have zero credibility. Zero credibility. Jazz Club, your nose has some stuff on it. Okay, thank you, Gen G. I'm gonna double check which comments here are actually live and which ones are hidden. There's some good ones here, guys. A lot of the good ones are hidden, believe it or not. Oh man. Let's see. Why do I hate millennials? Hashtag Jazz Club. Oh man. Yeah, jazz scones, guys. Oh, I can't go there. I can't go there. Sorry. I stand corrected. I also now hate Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Jizz. Oh my God. Shit. This guy is absolutely cringe. All right, let's get off. What do you think he got, guys? What do you think he got? I think he went and he bought something from the gray market because he was so embarrassed that he's been blacklisted by all the brands. That's probably the case. Now I have really, really breaking news. You get ready for this. This is going to be, this is kind of salacious comment. But my good friend Nico Leonard did a video, and you're going to be surprised what he says. Oh, but I'm going to need this. Chalk Flew Up, member of the original OC channel, highlighted comment $5 towards any future legal fees, OC. Well, I'm going to need them after this. By the way, real quick comment. I have two administrative notes to share. Number one, the views and opinions expressed by OC do not necessarily reflect the official opinions of the original OC channel or original The Brand LLC. Number two, we are 100% playing copyrighted content on this show, and we are doing so consistent with the United States copyright laws under fair use. We are showing copyrighted material that is newsworthy, and we are providing satirical and other commentary about these newsworthy videos, these newsworthy clips. So those are now out of the way. How dare someone think that having enough money to buy something allows you to buy something? Doesn't this kid understand how this shady misogynistic or masochistic hobby works? Not misogynistic, although it could be argued that it is misogynistic. But it's definitely shady and masochistic. Thank you, MD Chaz. All right. Now this one's likely to ruffle a few feathers. So if you need to grab a drink, do it now. But this one is going to definitely ruffle a few feathers. And boom, here we go. Let me make this full screen here. Now, warning, if you're like a politically correct person, then you probably want to leave. Like if you're like into like politically correct talk, then you probably want to click the close the tab and leave the live stream, because this is going to get a little bit controversial. It's going to get controversial and spicy. But these are comments made by Nico Leonard. Again, thank you to Nico for letting me play his content. Again, the views and opinions of the content creators that get played on this channel don't necessarily represent my personal views or the views of the original OC channel. But this is going to be good, guys. I might have to play this a few times, but again, if you're squeamish, you probably I'll give it a couple minutes for you guys to leave the live stream. So warning content. This is a mature audiences only. Warning. You probably want to leave the live stream. Hey, we got Air King Ben in the chat. Air King Ben, top of the morning to the smart watch collectors community. Thank you very much, Air King Ben. By the way, Air King Ben, Chalk Flew Up. I've got a list of 12 people. CQ the watch guy. We are leaving in less than 2 weeks for Dubai. We are headed to Dubai. We've got all kinds of incredible activities lined up. We've got a huge group of people that's going to be there. Shout out to Mr. Ghost, by the way. Mr. Ghost, are you even in the chat, Mr. Ghost? Mr. Ghost is going to be there. We got a whole list of people. Probably there's 12 in the WhatsApp group, and there's probably another 12 that are going to be there. That we're not planning. We've got an itinerary and stuff planned, but it's going to be good. It's going to be amazing. Air King Ben, man, The return of Air King Ben is coming in 10 days, and you guys are going to be fucking blown away. Air King Ben, who hasn't been on the streams in 2 years, was coming back. And the return of Air King Ben will be, I'm assuming, exclusively here on the original OC channel. I'm going to be live streaming from Dubai, and we will be doing a show with the return of Air King Ben. And you guys, you better not miss it. You better just set your alarms. Like that entire week that I'm in Dubai, you better just fucking live on Dubai time. Because the live streams that we're doing, we may do like only a few live streams, but the live streams that we will do there, boo shit, we're doing the camel hump grill streams. Hey, Mr. Ghost, what's up? He's in the chat. Mr. Ghost will be in Dubai with us. We got such a good group. That's going to be in Dubai. Mr. Ghost. We've got Wristwatch Holic. We've got CQ the Watch Guy. Air King Ben. Chalk Flew Up. Who else is in the group? I forgot. There's like a bunch of people. I can't even keep tabs. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be hanging out with Jean-Frédéric Dufour. By the way, Ilaria CEO, AP CEO Ilaria Resta will be there. There's going to be all kinds of crazy hijinks going on there. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for this video? You got get ready. I should like remove myself from the screen. I'm not sure if I want to be associated with this. By the way, let me just do this real quick. I know that Nico is watching. So let's see this. I'm going to give him a chance to come on and defend these comments. Okay, here we go. I'm going to drop a special link for Nico in the chat. Guys, don't click on this one. If you want to join the panel, click the one that's pinned at the top of the chat. This one's special for Nico. But, okay, here's what I'm going to do. This is going to get rough, guys, but here we go. I'm going to turn on the closed captioning. The question is, what would be your perfect to-watch collection? Okay? What would be your perfect to-watch collection? And I don't know if I should even play this. Maybe I shouldn't play this. This is going to get me in so much trouble. It's going to get me in a lot of trouble, guys. But again, this is the viewpoint of Nico, not necessarily me. But I think a lot of people, some of you guys may agree with this. But this is all right. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Hold on a second. Let me just check something real quick. Guys, let me remind you that I would really appreciate it if you upvote the live stream. Let's get to 30 likes. Ready? Here we go, guys. These are the words and opinions of Nico and Nico only.
What would your to-watch collection be?
Rolex GMT Pepsi, for sure. Rolex Daytona, vintage, 6365.
Okay. What would your to-watch collection be? Vintage Pepsi and vintage Rolex Daytona. Listen, that sounds like an incredible dream two-piece collection. Nothing to complain about there. I don't disagree with that. Here we go.
It's genuinely perfect. You have a sports watch and you have a chronograph.
What would your to-watch collection be?
Rolex GMT Pepsi, for sure. Rolex Daytona, vintage, 6365, 1987. I would have said previously AP Royal Oak chronograph. But today...
I would have previously said AP Royal Oak chronograph, but today, what is he going to say? It would have been an AP Royal Oak chronograph, but today...
1987. I would have said previously AP Royal Oak chronograph. But today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, man. Fuck. Boom. Explosion in Geneva. Today, I associate AP with LGBTQ. Holy fook. What do you think about that? Let's hear that again.
Rolex Daytona, vintage, 6265, 1987. I would have said previously AP Royal Oak chronograph, but today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know.
Ooh, fuck. Okay. Let that sink in.
AP Royal Oak chronograph, but today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in
No offense. No offense, but their marketing department is clearly led by women. No offense. No offense.
their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any
Ooh, no masculinity in that company. Fuck.
AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any masculinity that AP had is gone. I don't believe that there's a single man working at the marketing department of AP. There's nothing wrong with that for a brand like Chopard or a brand like Cartier, but for the biggest masculine, most manly watch brand in the world, Audemars Piguet, yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem. That was the cool man's watch. So today I wouldn't choose an AP. I would.
Ooh. AP used to be the cool man's watch, but now it isn't. Yeah. Listen, there's not an ounce of masculinity in this brand. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Jeez, that's some tough language from Nico. Let's see what you guys think in the chat. We've got Doc Mick says kaboom. I spell kaboom with a K. Like just my like when I write kaboom, and I usually use the word kaboom in writing 2 to 3 times a week. I use a K. And it's one word, kaboom. That's just the way I write it. What do you guys in the chat, how do you write it? With a C or a K? I think it's a K. K-A boom. Nico, the cancel queen. I'm not sure what that means. Thank you for your comment. Mr. Go says he got hurt. He got butt hurt by AP. He thought he could get a Royal Oak from them after the interview. Laugh out loud. I think he can get whatever he wants. He runs he's a big social media guy. I don't know if he was butthurt. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Kaboom. Thank you. Now it makes sense. See, before it was like Canada boom. There's a big difference. Like this is like either California boom or Canada boom. This one, boom. Now it's like kaboom. Did he get butthurt? Did he get butthurt by AP? I'm not quite sure. Didn't AP like invite him to do a collaboration video like last year? But these are harsh criticisms. Whole Milk says they thought they could silence Nico by putting him on their YouTube channel. Well, that certainly did not work, did it? It did not work. Let's hear what he had to say again. Let's go back here.
Vintage, 6265, 1987. I would have said previously AP Royal Oak chronograph, but today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any masculinity that AP had is gone. I don't believe that there's a single man working at the marketing department of AP. There's nothing wrong with that for a brand like Chopard or a brand like Cartier, but for the biggest masculine, most manly watch brand in the world, Audemars Piguet, yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem. That was the cool man's watch. So today I wouldn't choose an AP. I would.
Okay, well, would you guys agree with that? Do you agree that AP used to be the cool man's watch, but today it's, according to Nico, associated with LGBTQ? I think their marketing has, I mean, I think AP does deserve some fair, I'm going to call them criticisms. Some fair, yeah. I mean, let me see if I could pull up an example of some of their marketing here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find that very famous campaign from earlier this year. I mean, they've just had so many collaborations, Cause and Klein Music and all this stuff. Let's see. Do you guys remember this? Crazy. They dropped the ice cream, guys. They dropped the ice cream. Working on a laptop. Carrying a bike on the beach, throwing a frisbee. Headphones on, listening to music. Jumping in the water. Oh yeah. Ice cream. Oh no. Fucking love that music. I don't know. Okay, one more time. Come on, it's pretty good. Fucking good. Seek beyond, guys. Seek beyond. This is, I mean, could there have been a man in the marketing department? It's possible. Possible. There was probably some guys working at the advertising agency who developed this. It's possible. Is AP the most masculine brand? That is a good question. I mean, masculine brand. In other words, here's how I would define a masculine brand. Maybe like most of their watches are associated with are made for men. So in that regard, I think AP, when you consider the code, the Royal Oak and the Royal Oak Offshore, and the concept, I have to say that most of their watches are best suited for men. Up until the last 2 or 3 years, where they started making Royal Oak minis, ladies' perpetual calendars, ladies' code 1159s. So, but is it? It's still, I would say it was, as Nico said, it was a masculine brand. Is it still? I don't know. I'll leave that for you guys to decide. Klein Music isn't woke or soy. Really? I've never heard. I mean, I haven't really heard their music. Tobister McDonkey, on the other hand, says he's right. AP is pretty woke and soy. We all know what Sandy Gelato is referring to. Yeah, exactly. When you see that gelato fall into the sand, we know exactly exactly what AP is trying to communicate there. It's not good. All right, so let's do this. I'm now, because we have zero super chats. By the way, Chalk flew up for your super chat. If you want to nominate a brand as most disappointing brand of the year, feel free. I mean, you super chatted, so you get, feel free to name a brand. Otherwise, I will name the 5 brands that are in the running for most disappointing brand of the year. But I'll give you guys 10 minutes to nominate. You can nominate 4 brands. If you don't nominate 4 brands, I have 5 brands that are standing by. But if you just joined us, it's the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. Nico Leonard has just fired a shot at AP. And here's what he said.
Oak chronograph. But today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any masculinity that AP had is gone. I don't believe that there's a single man working at the marketing department of AP. There's nothing wrong with that for a brand like Chopard or a brand like Cartier, but for the biggest masculine, most manly watch brand in the world, Audemars Piguet, yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem. That was the cool man's watch. So today I wouldn't choose an AP.
Okay, so there we have. By the way, if Nico's watching, or if you want to text Nico, let him know that we're live. If he wants to expound on his comments or clarify his comments, he's welcome to jump on. There's a link, special link for Nico in the chat. And again, the views and opinions expressed by Nico or anybody else do not necessarily reflect my personal views or the views of the original OC channel. Chalk flew up. Let me know if you want to nominate a brand. Otherwise, I am going to, in 7 minutes, I will be selecting the nominees for worst brand of the year. Well, maybe not worst brand. It might be the most disappointing brand of the year. Cool. Let's do that. I mean, and you might not be happy with my nominations. You just might not be happy with the brands that I nominate. But that's just the way it's going to be. And you, the watch community, will vote. You, the watch community, will vote. So other breaking news today, just in case you joined a little bit late. Rolex Partners Group, which owns Breitling and Richemont executives, met yesterday with President Trump and absolutely implored him to do something about the tariffs, as the Swiss watch industry is about to face a crushing Q4 if tariffs are not dealt with and dealt with quickly. Brands like Rolex. I mean, Rolex isn't in the worst spot, but brands such as Breitling, Swatch Group brands, the Richemont brands, they're likely to be in big trouble. Let me see if I can pull up the list of the top 10 brands here. Top 10 brands for 2024. And I'm probably going to pick I'm going to pick 5 brands, maybe 4 brands from these top 5 here. Oops. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Here are the top 10 brands: Rolex, Cartier, Omega, AP, Patek Philippe, Richard Mille, Longines, Vacheron, Breitling, and Tissot. And then rounding out the top 20, we have IWC, Hublot, Swatch, JLC, Tag Heuer, Hermes, Tudor, Panerai, Bulgari, and Chopard. There we go. These are your top brands. And I will now nominate 4 brands. Oh, should I nominate 4 or 5? I'll nominate 5. Okay. And then if you super chat, you can remove one from the list. You can pick one to remove. Okay. Isn't this list from 2023? It could be. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me see here. I have the 2024 one. Here we go. Sorry about that. Better? There we go. Basically the same list. Pretty much. Tudor moved. Did Tudor move up or down? 1,200. Let me hold on. I think no. I think I have the right list here. Let's see here. Let me just confirm. Top 10, 23, and okay, I had it right to begin with. Boom. This is the list. I was right. Yeah, Tudor moved way, way down. Yeah, Tudor dropped. Yep. Thank you, Julius Caesar. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to now nominate a few brands as most disappointing brand of the year. And they're going to be major brands. Like there's tons of brands that can be, that you could nominate because, I mean, hundreds of these brands are terrible brands. But in terms of most disappointing of the major brands, I will now nominate 5. And the first one is Lange. Lange is hereby nominated as disappointing brand of the year. They really didn't come out with anything. I showed a Lange video at the beginning of the show. I mean, they came out with 2 special editions with an onyx dial. Later in the year, they came out with Saxonia Thin. But really, Lange hasn't done anything in 2025. So Lange is going to be your first nominee for disappointing brand of the year. The second brand that I'm nominating is Breitling. Breitling has had a pretty sad year. I can't think of anything interesting that Breitling has done. They are a major brand. As you can see, Breitling is in the top 10. So for being a top 10 brand, they certainly should have done a lot more than what they did. Third brand that I'm nominating, and this may be a shock to some of you, but I don't think they've had the best year from a releases perspective, and that brand is F. P. Journe. F. Pajorn. I don't think they've had, I mean, they've had a phenomenal year in terms of in the auction world and in secondary market values, but they have not had a great, they haven't had great releases for the year, for sure. And so I think FP Journe should be nominated. And then I have two other brands that I'll nominate. And let's just do this. I mean, let's just replay again the comments made by Nico. And let's listen to these.
Oak chronograph. But today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any masculinity that AP had is gone. I don't believe that there's a single man working at the marketing department of AP. There's nothing wrong with that for a brand like Chopard or a brand like Cartier, but for the biggest masculine, most manly watch brand in the world, Audemars Piguet, yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem. That was the cool man's watch. So today I wouldn't choose an AP.
All right. And because Nico allowed me to share his video, I'm going to, on Nico's behalf, I'm going to nominate Audemars Piguet, or as he says, Audemars Piguet, as disappointment of the year. Not because of their releases, but because of their marketing. And they've done some things with VIP collectors that have been very disappointing. Let's just remind everybody the kind of marketing that they did earlier this year. Love that. I want to stop it on the you know, you're working at the beach, you got your laptop. This is the typical AP customer. Oh no. Sandy Gelato. So we've got 4 nominees: Longa, Breitling, F. Pajorn, and Audemars Piguet. So those are the brands. Listen, if you want to knock out any of those 4 brands and replace one of them with Tudor, any super chat will do. Any $1.99 super chat will kick out one of those 4 nominees and replace it with Tudor. And I think then Tudor will be one of the 4 final nominees. And then we can go to the polls. Then we can open the polls and you guys can vote for most disappointing brand of the year. Now, if you want to replace any of these nominees, $1.99 super chat. Simple as that. And Chalk Flew Up, when he comes back, he can nominate somebody. He can name a brand too, or he can remove a brand. That is what we are doing. We're here to name the most disappointing brand of the year. I mean, could it be? I mean, let's take a look at. I mean, look at this. I mean, I would understand. I would definitely understand if somebody wanted to remove a nomination and replace it with Tudor. because they're always the most disappointing brand, but this year in particular, they're really, really struggling. They don't even like the thing is here, like in this promo at the top, they don't even show the watch. Like that's how embarrassed they are of the watch, is that all of this information above the fold doesn't even show the watch. What does that say? What does that say? Boom, we have our first nomination from Canada. Kaboom. We've got Vermeer, and Vermeer says add Grand Seiko and remove F. Pejorn. Okay, we are going to do that, guys. Flamingo Blue highlighted comment removes F. Pejorn, and Grand Seiko takes its place. And you know what? That's not a bad nomination. When you think about it, Grand Seiko hasn't done anything. Grand Seiko hasn't done anything this year. They're in a disastrous state of affairs. Grand Seiko has definitely been struggling in 2025. And so I think it makes sense, like remove F. Pejorn, replace them with Grand Seiko. We have done it. We have done it. Thank you, Vermeer. Now, so we have the nominees now. As it stands right now, the nominees are Longa, Breitling, AP, and Grand Seiko. Those are your 4 nominees. And we will be opening the polls. We'll probably be opening the polls in like 6 minutes, maybe in 6 minutes. We'll open the polls and you guys will vote, unless the nominations change. If the nominations change, then you guys will have a different ballot. A different ballot. Julius Caesar says Tudor threw their ambassador under the bus when they said that he helped design the 1926 Luna. Yeah, you don't want to be associated with that. They're not even showing the watch. That's how embarrassed they are. But look, maybe it's better that they don't show it, because when you actually look at the watch, holy shit. I'm sorry, Mr. Tudor, to you. I'm sorry. Mr. Tudor to you is in the chat. He says, the year isn't over yet for Tudor. New release coming in Dubai. I will be there at the Tudor booth in Dubai. I will provide you with real-time reporting. If Tudor introduces something new, if they announce a new model, I will be there to cover it live. And I will do that just for Mr. Tudor to you. I will broadcast live from the Tudor booth if they introduce something good. If they don't introduce something good, then I will stay far, far away from the Tudor booth. But no, listen, Tudor is not nominated. Tudor is not nominated. So the 4 nominees for watch, most disappointing watch brand of the year are Longa, Breitling, AP, and Grand Seiko. If you want to change any of those nominations, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it. Now, let me see if I can do something here. I don't know if you guys paid attention to this at all, but earlier today, oral arguments were made before the United States Supreme Court in a lawsuit questioning the constitutionality of the tariffs. And there was President Trump invoked what's known as the International Emergency Economic Powers Act otherwise shortened, it's known as EPA, and used that as justification for levying tariffs on a whole host of countries, including a 39% tariff on Switzerland. Today, oral arguments were made in that Supreme Court case, and we're expecting a ruling on that very, very soon. Now, I know it's a little bit boring and laborious, but I think it is newsworthy as this does dramatically impact the watch industry. So I will pull up an article, and while you guys are thinking about the nominations, I will pull up an article and read to you very boring content about the legality of tariffs. We've got Nerd with Swag in the chat. Nerd with Swag, hello, welcome. Good to see you in the chat. This article is courtesy of Politico, and I don't know anything about Politico, but I will read to you the article. Supreme Court teases taking away Trump's favorite foreign policy tool. Here we go. For President Donald Trump, tariffs were never just about trade. The president has spent several months wielding the threat of massive tariffs to negotiate peace deals, influence countries' domestic politics, and pressure foreign leaders to tighten their borders. The Supreme Court seems poised to take away at least some of that power. The mood inside the Trump administration following the arguments Wednesday is, quote, grim, according to two people close to the White House who granted anonymity to share details of private conversations. The court hearing comes at a difficult time for the administration, which is reeling from the GOP's electoral defeat that the president tied to a record-breaking shutdown, while his allies fault him for not talking more about economic concerns. During oral arguments, several high court justices appeared skeptical of Trump's sweeping use of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, a 1977 law that the president invoked to slap tariffs on nearly every U.S. trading partner without consulting Congress. Even a partial ruling against Trump upholding his ability to levy tariffs in some circumstances and not others would be a huge blow to a president who has made tariffs not only the centerpiece of his second-term economic platform, but crucial to his foreign policy strategy as well. So today, oral arguments were presented. It was a central point that Solicitor General John D. Sauer, arguing on behalf of the Trump administration, made before the Supreme Court. Without the ability to use the emergency law to impose tariffs at a moment's notice, he argued, the president's foreign policy and national security agenda would be significantly hamstrung, pointing to the president's recent agreement with China last week as the latest example. But the White House did not respond immediately to comment. Several justices appeared highly skeptical that Congress intended to delegate such broad power to the president, which they pointed out would most likely take a veto-proof majority to claw back. And they questioned whether it was even constitutional for Congress to even hand over such authority to a president. A notable line of argument as the Trump administration has repeatedly pushed the boundaries of its legal authority. Justice Neil Gorsuch said, what would prohibit Congress from just advocating all responsibility to regulate foreign commerce, for that matter, or declare war to the president? So anyway, this is like in the weeds political stuff, but it does have global implications for the watch world. And now back to the issue at hand. the election of the most disappointing watch brand of the year. And the 4 nominees are Longa, Breitling, AP, and Grand Seiko. I will be submitting those nominees to the election ballot momentarily, and then you guys will vote. I only have room for 4 on the ballot. So if you want to change the ballot, now is your chance. Now is your chance. The current 4 nominees are Longa, Breitling, AP, and Grand Seiko. If you want to change any of the nominees, please do so via the $1.99 super chat. If anyone wants to jump on the panel, I know that most people don't. They don't want to be associated with this channel. I get it. But if you want to join the panel, boom, there's the link. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, check out these comments made by Nico Leonard earlier today regarding AP. Let's back it up.
Royal Oak chronograph. But today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any masculinity that AP had is gone. I don't believe that there's a single man working at the marketing department of AP. There's nothing wrong with that for a brand like Chopard or a brand like Cartier, but for the biggest masculine, most manly watch brand in the world, Audemars Piguet, yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem. That was the cool man's watch. So today I wouldn't choose an AP.
Now, those views don't reflect my personal views. I'm Team Ilaria. Team Ilaria, check it out. I'm a big fan of Audemars Piguet. I'd like to get another one. I'll take another one. This one's kind of big. I'd like to get maybe a smaller one, slightly smaller than this. What would you guys recommend? What would you recommend that I do? What should be my next watch from AP? This is the 41 millimeter Royal Oak. Looks pretty good. Pretty damn impressive. But I'm thinking maybe I'll get a smaller one as my next piece. Right? All right, so let's do this. Should we start the election? Should we start the election? If we don't have any changes, you guys, here are your 4 nominees for most disappointing watch brand of the year. Longa, Breitling, AP, and Grand Seiko. Doc Mix says a smaller one. You get a smaller one. Okay, I'll get a smaller Royal Oak. I can get a smaller one. What color should I get? Let's go to. Let me see. Go to the AP website here. Let's go ahead and choose my next AP. Let's see here. I'm going to choose a smaller AP. The 41 is a tad big on me. So I'm going to scroll down here to things that are smaller than 41. Now let's see what they got. Let's see what they have. Okay. They have, this is the new RD5 all the way on the right. Let's see, make this a little bigger here. Let's start with things that are smaller than 41. Okay, you got the RD5, which is 39. This is the ultra thin. That's the one in the middle. And then you have, so the RD5 is the flying tourbillon, the flying chronograph, flyback chronograph tourbillon. And then you have a regular tourbillon, 39. I could get that. I could get a 39 millimeter extra thin tourbillon. Sound pretty good? Boom. Oh, guys, we have a shakeup. A shakeup in the nominations. Holy shit. Guys, first, Vimal removed FP Journe and replaced FP Journe with Grand Seiko. And now we are replacing Longa with Tudor. Thanks to No Biggie Sal. He came in hot with a $5 super chat. $5 super chat, which means if you want to get rid of Tudor, your super chat has to be bigger than $5. So we have a revised list of brands for most disappointing watch brand of the year. The revised nominations are Tudor, Breitling, AP, and Grand Seiko. Thank you, No Biggie Sal. Thank you for coming through and nominating Tudor. I mean, guys, look at this garbage. Look at this absolute garbage. I mean, this is the watch they released. These are the watches they released this year. Okay. So in case you just joined us, we are, the watch community will be determining the most disappointing brand of the year for 2025. Just to recap, originally we had 4 nominees. We had Longa, Breitling, FP Journe, and AP. FP Journe was removed and replaced with Grand Seiko. And Longa was removed and replaced with Tudor, thanks to Vimal and No Biggie Sal. And we've got Raj G in the chat, and he says replace AP with Longa. So Longa goes back as a nominee. Am I understanding correctly? Raj G, correct? You want AP is out and Longa replaces it. Okay. Thank you very much, Raj G. That's a £5 super chat. So £5 is the equivalent of like 13 US dollars. The exchange rate is very, very strong. So thank you very much, Raj G. So now we have a new revised list of nominees for, I'm not going to call it worst brand of the year, but I'm going to call it most disappointing brand of the year. And your nominees are Tudor, Breitling, Longa, and Grand Seiko. I think that's a pretty good list. I think, see, the thing about this community is you're fucking smart. I mean, these are the smart collectors. You know, when it came time to name brand of the year, you thought about it carefully, you reasoned, and you picked Vacheron as brand of the year. When it came time to choose the best individual release of the year, you didn't go with a Rolex. You could have. You didn't go with a Richard Mille. You didn't go with a Patek. You went and you honed in on what it meant to choose the best watch of the year, the best release of the year, and you picked the JLC Reverso Tribute monoface. And that was a great pick on the Milanese bracelet. Milanese. So like you absolutely, I mean, know what you're doing. So I think I think this list is pretty good. Could it be improved? I don't know, but it's pretty damn good. When you think of the 4 most disappointing brands of the year, yeah, Tudor, Breitling, Longa, Grand Seiko. Definitely. I got Ryan Hofrey in the chat. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you here. Yeah, Raj G, thank you for that. Maybe AP doesn't deserve to be the most. I mean, they came out with a lot of shit this year, right? They came out with a completely brand new perpetual calendar. They came out with the ladies' perpetual calendars. They came out with the Tuscan dial. They came out with the new variant of the Star Wheel. They came out with a lot of shit. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they weren't the most disappointing. Good call, Raj G. So here are your nominees: Tudor, Breitling, Longa, Grand Seiko. Are you guys ready? Those your final 4 nominees? Are they your final 4? Because if they are, then we can create the election and get started on the poll. So I think it's a pretty solid 4. Tudor, Breitling, Longa, Grand Seiko. Those are your 4 nominees. Let's create the election. Let's do it. Let's get started. This is your. I better put a time limit. Let's see. Let's give it 4 minutes. 4 more minutes. If there are no changes in 4 minutes, then the 4 nominees are locked. And you guys will head to the polls. And you, the watch community, will select the most disappointing brand of the year. Will it be Tudor, Breitling, Longa, or Grand Seiko? If you want one of those nominees changed, now is your chance in the chat. In 3.5 minutes, we will lock in these brands on the ballot. It will be amazing. So give you guys a last minute opportunity to reflect on the final 4 nominees. And choose the most disappointing brand of the year. All right, I'm going to create the poll. Your final 4 nominees are Tudor, Breitling, Grand Seiko, and Longa. And I'm going to do it in, just to be very, very fair, I will do the poll in alphabetical order. Let's see. 2025. Okay, here, let's see. Most disappointing brand of the year for 2025 is, let's see how to do this in alphabetical order. I guess Grand Seiko can go first. Next can go. Oh, well, Breitling would go first. Duh. Breitling is with a B. Breitling first, and then Grand Seiko. And then Longa. And then finally Tudor. Boom. The election is live. The most disappointing brand of the year for 2025, your 4 nominees are Breitling, Grand Seiko, Longa, and Tudor. Let's see who will win. Maybe we will do a runoff election. The top 2 vote getters, the top 2 would go head to head for worst brand of the year or most disappointing, just to be nice, to be politically correct. Don't want to offend anybody, but the most disappointing brands of the year. Vote now in the election. This could be the most important election in your lifetime. Just to refresh your recollection on what Nico said about AP. AP is not a nominee. AP is not a nominee. But here's what Nico said earlier today about AP. Pretty brash.
87. I would have said previously AP Royal Oak Chronograph. But today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any masculinity that AP had is gone. I don't believe that there's a single man working at the marketing department of AP. There's nothing wrong with that for a brand like Chopard or a brand like Cartier, but for the biggest masculine, most manly watch brand in the world, Audemars Piguet, yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem. That was the cool man's watch. So today I wouldn't choose an AP.
Woo! Boom. Boom. Kaboom. Kaboom. Wow. Hey, we've got Ryan Singer in the chat, reminding everybody to upvote the live stream. Let's see how many upvotes we have. Let's see, we've got 30. All right, let's get to 35. 35 likes, guys. 35 is the golden number for likes. Oh, we got Brody in the chat. Brody says $5 super chat. If Tudor is your most disappointing brand, you have immeasurably low expectations. That's an interesting point. But Brody, we already have the four nominees on the ballot. So already you have the poll is live. The election is live right now. The nominees, the brands on the ballot are Breitling, Grand Seiko, Longa, and Tudor. So, I mean, if you wanted to throw Tudor off, I guess you could have. But maybe the top 2 vote getters will be in a runoff for most disappointing brand of the year. Guys, vote in the election. This could be the most important election that you participate in all week. For those of you who didn't vote in other elections. So yeah, let your voices be heard. Brody, thank you for the super chat. I mean, I understand his point. Like, Tudor can't be the most disappointing because you shouldn't really expect anything from them anyway. Right? I mean, you can't be disappointed with Tudor because you don't really expect anything good from them ever. Okay. Brody jumps in with the flamingo blue highlighted comment. Omega should replace Tudor. Okay, so Tudor should be replaced by Omega. Can I do that? The election, the ballots have already been printed. The ballots are already live. But listen, you know what? Money talks when it comes to politics. The interests of the special interest groups is more important than the will of the people. And if we're getting PAC money, and that's what Brody's doing, he's giving us PAC money to replace someone on the ballot, then fuck it. We just fucking do it. Okay? So let's end this poll right here. This election will be null and void. And we will create a new ballot. Most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025 is, and now we will have Grand Seiko. And after Grand Seiko, we will have Breitling. Although let's do it in alphabetical order like last time here. To be fair. Breitling, Grand Seiko, and then Longa, and instead of Tudor, Omega. Boom. All right. Revised election ballot. Revised election ballot. That's right. Stop the count. Stop the count, guys. Guys, we put all the hanging chads in a box. Stop the count. We're redoing the election. We're redoing the election. Why? Because money talks. And when we're paid by special interest groups to rig the election, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it that way. And look at this. Should we allow electioneering? Here's some electioneering in the chat. What did Omega do this year? More special edition Speedmasters? That's it. It's a brand for fat-wristed, unoriginal couch potatoes. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah, people I have one Omega, but should you really ever have more than one? I mean, that's a good point about the fat-wristed couch potatoes. Yeah, maybe those people like Omega. Maybe those people should vote for Omega as worst brand of the year. Let's see, guys, vote in the election. This could be the most important election of your life. Most disappointing watch brand of the year. The four brands on the ballot are Breitling, Grand Seiko, Longa, and Omega. Tudor has been removed from the ballot. Tudor has been removed from the ballot. Mr. Tudor to you might finally become a member. Might finally become a member of the Original OC channel. What do you guys? You guys are allowed to campaign in the chat. If you have a brand that you want to campaign for or against, feel free. OC using Dominion machines to count the votes. That's funny. Yeah, listen, we interrupted the count. We stopped the count and we redid the ballot. Why? Because this election is rigged. We rigged the election, guys. It's all because of Brody and his deep pockets. Brody's deep pockets changed the ballot. And now Tudor is no longer nominated. But we do have four very qualified brands for most disappointing brand of the year. And we have to have statistical significance. So we will not rest until we get at least 1,000 votes in the poll. So we're going to, I don't care if it takes all week. We're going to keep this live stream going until we get at least 1,000 votes. Because we need to make sure that this really does accurately reflect the views and sentiment of the global watch community. Hey, we got Diego M in the chat, who's Team Nico. Check this out. Diego, I don't know if you saw this or not, but this is brutal. This is brutal. Here's what he said earlier today.
Oak chronograph. But today I associate AP with LGBTQ. I don't know what the is going on in that company, but like their marketing department is clearly led by women. Like, no offense, no masculinity in that company. Any masculinity that AP had is gone. I don't believe that there's a single man working at the marketing department of AP. There's nothing wrong with that for a brand like Chopard or a brand like Cartier, but for the biggest masculine, most manly watch brand in the world, Audemars Piguet, yeah, that's a wee bit of a problem. That was the cool man's watch. So today I wouldn't choose an AP.
And there you have it. There you have it. He is not a huge AP fan right now. AP is not nominated for most disappointing brand of the year. Vimal says Omega should do a no Speedy November. No Speedmaster releases for an entire month. It might be a tough challenge. Yeah. They have to do a whole month without Speedmaster releases. Can they do it? Do you think they could do it? Julius Caesar says, I'm an Omega fan, and I agree it was disappointing. What specifically, Julius, do you think was disappointing about it? Because they came out with a few watches, right? They came out with a few. There's a lot of campaigning going on in the chat. A lot of electioneering. No Biggie Sal says Breitling should win this election based on the NFL collaboration alone. Yeah. Wait, someone told me that he said something controversial. Maybe it isn't controversial. Maybe it's not controversial. Interesting point, Diego. Let me check. Let's check the election. Let's see how things are going here. Guys, the most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025. Now is your chance to vote in the election. You, the global watch community, will determine the winner. Is it Breitling, Grand Seiko, Longa, or Omega? By the way, if anybody wants to remove Longa and replace it with Tudor, we can do that, but it has to be more than a $5 super chat. So anything higher than $5 USD, we will throw out Longa and replace it with Tudor. And then we can redo the election all over again. That's, I'm not trying to give you any ideas. But if anybody thinks that this election isn't fair because Tudor isn't in it, I will give you a last-ditch opportunity to replace Longa with Tudor, but it has to be more than a $5 super chat because someone paid $5 to nominate Longa. Cool? Is it fair? Is that fair? Anything more than a $5 super chat, and you can actually replace probably any of these guys. Otherwise, the election continues, and we will keep going until we get to at least 25 votes. At least. We may have to hold out for 30 votes. And that means this live stream could continue into the wee hours of the morning, guys. We may be counting ballots until 1 or 2 a.m. at this point. But those are your nominees for most disappointing watch brand of the year. Okay, Julie Caesar says, here is the reason why Omega had a disappointing year. Too many Speedmasters. No update for this for the Seamaster Professional 300. Railmaster with polished center links. A Planet Ocean World Timer. Not one watch was exciting. There you go. Very good points, Julie. Although that's a lot of releases, none of them were exciting. Doc Mick says Omega is better than the Tudor. Omega is better than a Tudor. And Vimal says we should have a runoff election for the top 2 finishers. Okay, we can do that. We can do a runoff election for the top 2. Jonathan Smith in the chat. What's up, Jonathan? Good to have you with us. Tudor is the Swiss version of Seiko, says Brody. Can't be too disappointed. I expect more from Omega. Very good point. Guys, we are going to do a runoff election for the top 2 vote getters. Okay? There is plenty of time to turn this thing around. There's plenty of time to really change the trajectory of this election. Okay? There's plenty of you that you can do to change the trajectory of this election. Breitling and Omega are neck and neck for second place, guys. Neck and neck. Your votes are absolutely critical here. Absolutely critical. The election is hanging in the balance. Call your friends. Tell them to get on the stream right away and vote. If you just joined us, we are doing the most disappointing brand of the year award. This is the OCs, the 2025 Watch Awards from the watch community. And we are doing worst brand of the year. Ryan Hofre, $2 Flamingo Blue highlighted comment. Number 1, Breitling. Number 2, Tudor. Number 3, AP. The list of shame in that order. Thank you, Ryan. Those are not the nominees. The nominees have already been placed on the ballot. Those nominees are Breitling, Grand Seiko, Longa, and Omega. We will be doing a runoff election. We will be doing a runoff with the top 2 vote getters. We will leave room in the election for at least 5 more votes, which means every single person watching, if you haven't voted, your voice counts more than anything. Your vote is absolutely critical to determine who makes the runoff election. So vote now in the poll. I haven't voted. I'm recusing myself from voting. Okay, as the channel owner, I can't actually technically I can't even vote in the poll. YouTube won't allow me to vote in any polls that I create. So I'm technically recused. I'm officially recused from this election. This will be something that's determined by the watch community and the watch community only. What is the most disappointing brand of the year? Is it Breitling? Is it Grand Seiko? Is it Alanga Unsuna? Or is it Omega? Let your voices be heard in the chat, or jump on the panel and you can campaign. We will allow people to jump on and campaign. Jonathan Smith says, I have a Tudor Pelagos. I think it's a tough watch. Great dial color, great lum, great bracelet. Might have too much text on the dial, but a very good watch for me. And I think that's the key. The key phrase is those two words that you added at the end, for me. Because when you're looking for a watch that's tough but has great lum, I think that I wouldn't choose the Pelagos for me. But for you, it might be a great watch. But I really don't, actually, it probably is not a good watch for you. Honestly, Rolex is better. Jonathan Smith, I'm sorry. I wanted to try and let it slide, but the truth is I can't. I can't let it slide. Rolex would be much better. Dump the Pelagos and get a Rolex. Get a Rolex Submariner. Come on. You don't need, if you want a watch with blue on the dial, hell, if you got a two-tone bluesy, fuck, that'd be an awesome fucking watch, Jonathan Smith. It'd be expensive, but come on. Don't wear the Tudor. Don't wear it. Don't wear a Tudor, guys. Don't buy Tudor. Don't wear Tudor. Don't do it. Doc Mix piling on. I love the Pelagos. I hope Mr. Tudor to you is watching. This is turning out to be an extremely pro Tudor stream. Okay? A very pro Tudor stream indeed. MD Chaz says, I don't blame Omega for disappointing releases in 2024. It's impossible to beat their invention of the SPY rate system in 2023 that revolutionized the watch industry. Did it really revolutionize anything? No, it didn't. I don't think it did. Don't think it did. I take my Submariner date off when I swim. No, you keep the Submariner on. The Sub is the perfect dive watch. You don't need a Pelagos. Don't need it. Jonathan Smith, OC, you are wrong. Wrong. Speaking of wrong, MJ in the chat says it's Wednesday. That's not correct. It is not correct. Thank you, MJ, member of the OC channel. Thank you for being in the chat. We are just moments away from closing the polls. And when we do, we will have the top two vote getters in this election will be pitted against each other in a runoff for worst watch brand of the year, or to be more specific, most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025. And the votes will be binding. The results are completely binding on the watch community. We got over 30 people still watching. Over 30 people watching this afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. If you're on the East Coast, United States, it's evening. If you're on the West Coast, it is late afternoon. We are just, I think, one vote away from having statistical significance to determine which two brands will compete for worst brand of the year. And this is going to be interesting because depending on the results, the current top vote getter might not necessarily win the final election. right? If you're analyzing the results right now, see Omega is in third place. So the question is, do people who think that Omega is the most disappointing brand of the year, if they don't get to vote for Omega, what brand do they think is worse? Breitling or Grand Seiko? If you put yourself in the mind of of someone who thinks that Omega is very disappointing, what brand are they likely to think is disappointing if you remove Omega from the equation? Is it Breitling or Grand Seiko? That's the real issue as we approach ratifying these results. We are very close to ratifying these results. We have 29 votes in. We have room for one more vote. And once we get that final vote and reach 30 votes, this election will be ratified and certified. And then we will pit the two top vote getters against each other to determine who wins the election. In case you're just joining us, this is the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. Subscribe and make sure you enable all notifications. We do live streams on this channel. We talk watches. We have room for one final vote, and I think we've done it. Boom! Guys, we've done it. The nominating process is complete. Your top vote getters for most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025, coming in as the top vote getter with 37% of the vote, Grand Seiko, and coming in second place with 33% of the vote is Breitling. And now it is time for the runoff election. You, the watch community, will determine the most disappointing watch brand of the year. So let's do the runoff. I'm going to create the ballot right now. Most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025 is, and the two finalists on the election ballot will be Breitling and Grand Seiko. Those are your two top vote getters. Boom, the election's live. The ballot has been published, and you, the global watch community, will now determine the worst brand of the year. This is your election, guys. You have the power. The power is in your hands and nobody else's. Don't listen to what Theo and Jack say. Theo and Jack don't matter. Their opinions are garbage. Okay? Who gives a fuck what boring Theo and Jack have to say about watches? What matters is what you guys say. You're the smart watch collectors. You know better than anybody what the most disappointing watch brand of the year is, and you have narrowed it down. You've narrowed it down to these two brands. From Japan, Grand Seiko. From Switzerland, Breitling. And the global watch community will speak with a resounding voice. And this election will be heard from people will be heard all around the world. The results of this election will resonate. You, the watch community, will issue a resounding and defiant result. And the results will be binding. We will certify and ratify this election, and the winner will be held accountable. If they disappointed the watch community, it's time to let them know. And we will let them know officially with your votes on this ballot. We have over 30 people watching. We're going to get to 30 votes in this poll. If you're just joining us, we are voting for, I'm not, but you guys are. You guys are going to determine the most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025. Yeah. You know, it's also interesting for those of you who just joined us too. Congratulations to Jazz Club. Check this out. Jazz Club picked up his Grail Rolex, guys. Check it out.
Tune. Hey everyone, I featured dozens of Rolex retail journeys so far on my page, and I featured some
Guys, every time he says journey and experience, I feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I really do. Like when he says like, you know, I want to update you on my Rolex retail journey. I just had the most incredible experience at Rolex. Come on, like, how can you not be happy for Jazz Club, guys? He got his Grail. He just picked up his Grail. Okay?
ridiculously smooth experiences and allocations that have made quite a lot of people question the legitimacy of this page. And I never thought I'd say this, but I recently just had the craziest Rolex retail experience. I don't think
The craziest experience. I just got a crazy experience, guys.
I'm going to share the full story publicly, but I'll do a long story short.
Is this public? I'm not going to share the story publicly, but how about if I plaster it all over fucking social media on YouTube and Instagram? I'm not going to talk about it publicly, but by the way, I'm here posting a video on social media. Is this private? Is Instagram private all of a sudden? Did I not get the memo? They made YouTube a private platform?
I walked into this AD with no expectations at all. I just wanted to check out a few models, and I walked
And I walked out with the watch.
out with my dream piece. I'm still figuring.
A dream piece, guys. It's a dream piece. Look at his face. Can't you tell? It's a dream piece. He got his Grail. You know? Jazz Club, wanted an AP, but the fucker got blacklisted. Blacklisted because he fucking blabbed all over the internet that he had an insider helping him out. And then also AP decided, you know what? We don't want this fucking douchebag representing our brand. Absolutely. Hey, look at this face. Why wouldn't you want AP? Why wouldn't AP want to collaborate with him? After he runs Jazz Club, guys. He runs the Jazz Club. There could be unlimited partnerships, collaborations. It would be great for AP's brand. But listen, screw AP. He's moved to Rolex. He just got his Grail Rolex. Brody says Jazz Club can throw a football farther than Diego. That's an inside joke. I don't think he can. I don't think this guy could throw a football 10 feet. Johnny O joining us from Chicagoland, member of the OC channel. Thank you, Johnny O, for being here. Good evening, OC and chat. Guys, if you're a member, you have a star next to your name. Make sure you click on the currency icon and see if you have a free member milestone chat. Or you can save it for this Sunday show. We're going to be doing a Sunday stream at 10 a.m. Watch News Sunday. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Your choice for the best Sunday watch talk. Yeah, look at his face. He's excited by this. This is his dream piece. His dream piece. Yeah, I thought AP was the dream piece. Well, He's been blacklisted from AP. Thankfully, he's been blacklisted. He won't be getting AP anytime soon. If AP gives him anything, that brand would be in severe decline, absolute severe decline. Let's continue on with it. Let's start it over so you guys can pick it up from the beginning.
Featured dozens of Rolex retail journeys so far on my page, and I featured some ridiculously smooth experiences and allocations that have made quite a lot of people question the legitimacy of this page. And I never thought I'd say this, but I recently just had the craziest Rolex retail experience. I don't think I'm going to share the full story publicly, but
Except for here on social media.
I'll do a long story short. I walked into this AD with no expectations at all. I just wanted to check out a few models, and I walked out with my dream piece. I'm
He got the dream piece, guys. Here we go.
still figuring out if it makes sense for me to post this publicly. If I post about this, it has to make sense. I just want to
Has to make sense. It has to make sense. Like in other words, like maybe the AD that gave it to me, if I published their name, maybe they would get hit with so much hate mail because they gave me my dream piece.
give a huge shout out to this AD and my guy for trusting me.
Shout out to my guy, guys. My guy trusted me. Shout out to my guy for really trusting me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, my guy.
Out if it makes sense for me to post this publicly. If I post about this, it has to make sense. I just want to give a huge shout out to this AD and my guy for trusting me. I'll be honest, for the longest
Hey, dude. Hey, Jizz Club. Newsflash: don't fucking shout out the AD. We don't want you to mention the fact that you got the watch from us. We don't want to be associated with you. We don't want to collab with you. We don't want to partner with you. We sold you a fucking watch. That's it. You're lucky. Okay? You're lucky. You're lucky you got one. But the last thing this AD wants is to be associated with your channel. No one wants to be in the Jizz Club, guys. No one wants to be in the Jizz Club. Fucking, it's cringe. Cringe AF.
time, everyone knows how much I've been promoting AP specifically.
Promoting AP, you've been a disaster for the brand. AP doesn't want anything to do with you. The fact that you think that you're appropriate for AP and that you should be collabing with AP and you should be designing watches for AP and you should have fucking partnership, that's fucking delusional. AP should not want to ever, ever, ever give you a watch. Okay? If you ever got a watch from AP, it would be the kiss of fucking death for them. The fact that you even think that your AP material it reflects a lot of the shit that's wrong with AP. AP doesn't want to attract you. If AP is attracting people like you, that's a huge fucking problem. They don't want fucking cringeworthy social media fucking douchebags representing them.
Specifically, and the love definitely has not been reciprocated from the corporate side.
Of course, why would they want to reciprocate? Who the fuck are you? I'm glad they're not. I'm glad they fucking blacklisted you. I'm glad AP didn't give you anything. That gives me hope. That gives me hope that AP is going to get it back on the right track. Why would we want? Why would AP? Why you think there are VIP collectors, loyal AP collectors that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars every year buying tourbillons and minute repeaters and special Royal Oaks and gem set pieces that want to see you invited to a fucking party over them? You think that, you think that they want social media fucking douchebags being invited to fucking parties while they get feeling the cold shoulder from getting fucking ignored? No, they don't fucking want that. They don't think they don't want you to get your 15510 or your fucking jumbo or your fucking bulk metallic glass or whatever the fuck you think is your grail from AP. They don't want you to get it. And AP is smart telling you, get fucked. That gives me hope that AP could possibly be turning things around. But if AP ever gave you a watch, they would be fucking laughed at and ridiculed.
still figuring out if it makes sense for me to post this publicly. If I post about this, it has to make sense. I just want to give a huge shout out to this AD.
Don't do us a favor. Don't do us a favor. Don't fucking do it. That's what they're thinking. Yeah, do us a favor and just shut the fuck up.
And my guy for trusting me.
We don't fucking trust you. You're not trustworthy. Fucking douchebag influencer. You're not to be trusted. You went on fucking social media and you blabbed that you had a friend introduce you to AP. Nobody fucking does that publicly. That's fucking stupid. Only a fucking moron would come on social media and say, I have an insider who's like high up at AP corporate who set me up with a meeting at AP House. Believe me, the second that AP got wind of that, they said, don't ever give this guy a fucking watch. String this guy along. The guy literally came on social media and said, I'm not a code or offshore person, but I'll pretend to buy them for my family and flip them so I can get a Royal Oak as my first watch. Get fucked. Get fucked. Fucking douchebag influencer.
To be honest, for the longest time, everyone knows how much I've been promoting AP specifically, and
you haven't been promoting them. You're not helping them. You're not promoting them, you stupid fuck. You're hurting them. The fact that you think this brand is something that is attractive to you is not helping the brand. It hurts it.
the love definitely has not been reciprocated from the corporate side. And
Thank God.
for Rolex to come in and show the love they did for me, it's I'll put it like this: I'm forever loyal to Rolex. Behind the scenes, I'm gonna do
Fuck
my
you.
absolute.
They don't need your fucking loyalty, fucking jizzhead. Rolex doesn't fucking need you. They don't want you. The AD probably made a huge mistake. I'll be honest. Like the AD, and I have a good idea who the AD is. The AD made a huge mistake giving you a watch. No dealer should be giving this guy watches. No dealer should be giving fucking jizzhead fucking watches.
Best to 10x, 100x the value and joy they've given to me. I want
What could you possibly do for Rolex? The fucking audacity of I'm going to give you a 100x return for the fucking graciousness that you showed me. Thank you so much for trusting me. You know, it was probably like a fucking Oyster Perpetual 36 or a fucking like a Rolex certified pre-owned fucking Yachtmaster 2. I mean, they probably gave him a fucking $55,000 Sky Dweller. I hope they gave him a Sky Dweller on Oysterflex. That's what I hope he fucking got. A fucking Sky Dweller on Oysterflex with a fucking champagne dial. If they gave him anything, I hope it was that.
want you guys to guess in the comments which
Yeah, I just guessed. Sky Dweller on Oysterflex. That's the only fucking watch you deserve from a Rolex AD or a certified pre-owned fucking Yachtmaster 2. Full precious metal fucking Yachtmaster 2.
piece you think I picked up. Overall, I'm just incredibly grateful. I'm still
I'm grateful.
processing how
Fuck
I was able
outta
to
here.
walk in and walk out with this piece. Like and follow for more JZO Club. I know I've been relatively inactive compared to past
I hope you would be permanently inactive. It would be super helpful if Jizz Club were completely permanently inactive.
few months. That's because I've been having a lot of behind the scenes opportunities.
Bullshit.
Just know I'm going to bring
Any brand that partners with him, kiss of fucking death.
back the retail journeys really soon. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, I feel
Yeah, we're not staying tuned. Not staying tuned, fucking Jizz Club. Man, oh man. Unbelievable. Let's see how things are going in the election. The election is live. We need to get to 30 votes in the election to call it, guys. $30 fucking votes is what we need minimum to call this election. Let's see. Let's go to the comments in the chat. He can ball. He deserves a banger. He can ball. No, he can't. Brody's Team Jizz Club, guys. Team Jizzo. Doc Mick, OC on a tear. Hey, I'm just telling it like it is. Absolutely telling it like it is. AP, according to Brody, lost a big opportunity by not partnering with Jizzo as a brand ambassador. Yep. All right. Well, listen, that was that. But now on to the election. We are now going to name the most disappointing watch brand of the year. Your two final nominees are Breitling and Grand Seiko. Vote in the poll, guys. This could be the most important election that you have a possibility to vote in all night long. So vote in the chat. You will have your most disappointing watch brand of the year will either be Breitling or Grand Seiko. So please vote in the chat. Have your voices heard. Have your voices heard. Once you vote, that's it. Your vote is cast. Yep, we already covered. We covered Nico's comments about AP. We covered the update from Jizz Club. We talked about the tariffs. Breaking news on the tariffs, by the way. Oral arguments were made before the United States Supreme Court on the constitutionality of the current U.S. administration's tariffs, which dramatically impacts Switzerland. And also breaking news for those of you just joining us. And I will share that here. Rolex and executives from Richemont Group and Partners Group, which owns Breitling, met with President Trump on Tuesday. So executives from major Swiss companies met with President Trump on Tuesday, including Jean-Frédéric Dufour and executives from Partners Group, which owns Breitling, and the president of Richemont, which owns Vacheron, Longa, and other Swiss luxury brands. And they were imploring President Trump to please do something about these tariffs. The Swiss watch industry is headed into the final 2 months of the year. And what are typically the most lucrative 2 months of the year as people purchase watches for the holidays. And they are anticipating an absolute disaster if something isn't done about these tariffs. So, yeah, let's vote in the poll. Vote in the election, guys. The election will determine the most disappointing watch brand of the year. We have room for 4 more votes. 4 more votes. If you just joined us, make your vote count. And we will choose the most disappointing watch brand of the year. We have the 2 finalists are from Japan, Grand Seiko, and from Switzerland, Breitling. I mean, really. I mean, look at Grand Seiko. These are, I mean, I would never own. I mean, are there people in the chat that own a Grand Seiko? Very few people, honestly. Very few people own a Grand Seiko. This is a pretty cool watch. I mean, some of these dials are nice, right? Some of these are nice. Wow, that one looks like a Breitling. The thing is just the dials are so played out. So played out. If anybody wants to jump on the panel and talk about anything we've talked about today, Jizzhead or Nico's opinions about AP being an LGBTQRM brand, or about the tariff news. If you listened, by the way, to the oral arguments before the Supreme Court and have an opinion on it, jump on the panel. Or if you have a thought about Rolex, Breitling, and Richemont executives meeting with President Trump earlier this week, we're about to head into the Christmas holiday season, and these guys aren't going to sell any watches. It's going to be much harder for them to sell watches with a 39% tariff. A Green Rush in the chat. What's up, Green Rush? Good to see you. We are to room for 3 more votes. Only 3 more votes. Let your voice be heard in the election. This could be the most important election tonight. Most disappointing watch brand of the year. You can think of it as worst brand of the year, if that helps you. Which one is worst brand of the year? Breitling or Grand Seiko? Vote now in the poll. Some of these are kind of nice. But the thing with Grand Seiko is they don't have a great bracelet. They really don't have. I mean, the thing about Rolex is they make the best bracelets. Grand Seiko, not so much. You know? If you just joined us, this is the original OC channel, Smart Watch Talk for the Smart Collector. We are choosing the most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025. The watch community will vote and determine the brand that is the most disappointing. And we're almost done with the election. We have room for 3 more votes. If you just joined us, refresh or make sure you have the ability to vote in the poll. You, the global watch community, will determine the winner. But the thing is, like, I can understand why the Swiss watch companies are panicking. Look at this. Shipments to the United States down 55.6%. You know, they have to be able, US is the biggest market. United States is the biggest market. If they can't ship here, look what they did in September. They overshipped to the United Kingdom, to Hong Kong, and China. But those guys aren't going to be able to make up the shortfall. They need to be able to ship to the United States. They need to be able to sell to US customers. We're the #1 market for Swiss watches. They can't sell here. It's going to be a disastrous Q4. And that's why the Swiss watch industry executives are imploring the administration for a change. Vote now in the poll. I think Jizz Club probably got the Two-Tone Explorer 2. The Two-Tone Explorer 1. This one right here. This is the one that's probably best suited for Jizz Club. I think this one right here. He probably considers this his Grail Rolex. And therefore he probably got this one. And there's nothing wrong with this one. Nothing wrong with it. And but I can understand that the AD doesn't want to publicize it. Be embarrassing. Guys, vote now in the election. Most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025. Your two finalists are Grand Seiko and Breitling. Make your voices heard in this election. We can't even end it until 30 votes. So don't sit on the sidelines. Now is the chance to vote. Let's see. There was also something very interesting that happened. I want to get your opinion on this. Hold on a second. I've got a video to share, and I want to get your humble opinion on this. Hold on. Okay, ready? Hold on. Okay, this is going to be, you guys are going to like this. You guys are going to like this. Now, check this out. Now, Moses the jeweler recently did a short. And I want you guys to analyze this and tell me what you think. But the title of the video is Be Pleasant. This is Moses the jeweler on 47th Street. The theme of the video is Be Pleasant. I'm going to let the video play all the way through without interruption. The video is going to play all the way through without interruption. And then I'm going to let you guys comment on it. Okay? Moses the jeweler. The title of the video is Be Pleasant. And here we go.
What year it is? Can I see it?
Yes.
Fully?
Where are you from?
Quebec.
Quebec.
Which one? It's fully? No, it's short. Getting caught.
Can you steam this, please?
Don't always look for problem in everything. I'm gonna teach you one trick in business. Don't always short leg, billing card,
Bro.
No, because it's not.
It's actually if you really make a deal, it's actually part of the deal.
I know, but it's not. But it's not the only way. There's an art to negotiation.
I'm sorry to answer.
Huh?
I did not
Listen to me
mean
one second. I can maybe teach you something. I'm listening to you. I learned. You're gonna learn also. Not in the first thing. Peeling card, links missing. It's not like this. You gotta be pleasant to deal with. Right now, I don't even want to sell it now. I want to keep it because I'm gonna get 12 months for it. I don't want to sell it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? If you want to see some other stuff, feel free. But always remember, pleasantness is gonna bring good business. It's gonna bring in the best. But God bless you, my friend. Still deal 10-5.
Okay. Okay. What do you think of that interaction? So a customer's coming in, looking at a watch, and there are a couple of issues with it. It's short a link, the card was peeling, and he mentioned it. And Moses didn't seem too happy about that. He interpreted that as negativity and that the customer wasn't pleasant. What do you make of that? Because I mean, I can guarantee you, if these roles were reversed and it was Moses buying the watch, I'm sure he would be negotiating the same way. He might be saying the same thing. Now, maybe he would say it a slightly different way. But when it comes down to negotiating the price, I think it's a reasonable tactic to say, hey, this is missing a link. And by the way, the card's peeling. So it's not worth as much as you may think that it's worth. But Moses seemed a little butthurt by that, and said, listen, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to sell you this watch because I don't like your tone. You're coming across as negative. You're not pleasant. Let me teach you something. He says. Let's listen to it again.
What year it is? Can I see it?
Yes.
Fully?
Where are you from?
Canada.
Quebec.
Which one? It's fully? Oh, it's short. Peeling card.
Can you steam this, please?
Don't always look for problem in everything. I'm gonna teach you one trick in business.
Don't always look for problem in everything. Don't always look for problem in everything.
Don't always short link, peeling card.
Bro.
No, because it's not.
It's actually if you really make a deal, it's actually part of the deal.
I know, but it's not the only way. There's an art to negotiation.
I'm sorry to answer.
Huh?
I do not
Listen to
think
me one second. I can maybe teach you something. I'm listening to you.
I'm going to teach you something right now. There's an art to negotiation. Let me teach you something. I listen to you. Now I'm going to teach you something. Learn. Listen to the best. Listen to Moses. I'm going to teach you something right now. Listen up.
I learned. You're gonna learn also. Not in the first thing. Peeling card, links missing. It's not like this. You got to be pleasant to deal with. Right now, I don't even want to sell it now. I want to keep it because I'm gonna get 12.
I'm fucking pissed that you came at me with negative energy. There was negative energy. Why? How dare you point out the fact that there were weaknesses in this watch? How dare you say that it was missing a link? How dare you notice a peeling card? Well, of course it impacts the value, but there's a way to do it. There's an art to negotiation. You have to be pleasant. I don't want to deal with you now because you brought up, you have a negative energy.
I don't want to sell it.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. If you want to see some other stuff, feel
If you want some other shit, feel free, but you're not going to buy this. I'm going to sell it to somebody else. I'm going to punish you.
free. But always remember, pleasantness is gonna bring good business. It's gonna bring in the best. But God,
Pleasantness brings in the best. It brings in the good business. What do you guys think of that? Vimal says, how dare you point out that I was trying to, I don't know, that's a pretty tough word. I don't think that's the right word. I just think that these guys want gullible customers, right? They want gullible customers. So they want gullible customers. We have room for one more vote. One more vote, guys, in the poll. Let's do one more vote. And then we will declare a winner. Okay? We will declare a winner in most disappointing watch brand of the year. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that he was trying to do that to people. He wants to sell the watch for maximum money, so he doesn't. He would prefer a gullible customer that doesn't care about the card, doesn't care that it's missing, doesn't even notice that it's missing a link, right? Doesn't notice that it's missing a link. ABC, got here the rules of sales, guys, from Johnny O. The rules: ABC, always berate your customer. Always berate your customer. Guys, we have a winner. We have a winner. Congratulations to Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko has been voted by the global watch community as the most disappointing watch brand of the year for 2025 with a resounding 67% of the vote. Guys, 67% of the vote for Grand Seiko, 33% of the vote for Breitling, the runner-up. Congratulations to Grand Seiko of Japan, your winner of the award for 2025 Most Disappointing Watch Brand of the Year. And now back to this video. Let's I'm interested to know your thought. I mean, what do you think about this?
Bless you, my friend. Steel deal 10-5.
What year it is? Can I see it?
Yes.
Fully?
Where are you from?
Quebec, Canada.
Quebec.
Which one? It's fully?
Steel
Oh, it's short. Didn't call.
Can you steam this, please?
Don't always look for problem and everything. I'm going to
I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to teach you something. And let's do this. In order to give both sides a fair shot, if you are either this guy from Quebec or Moses, I'm dropping a link for Moses. Guys, if you want to text Moses, let him know that we're covering this. I think if he wants to jump on and talk about how to be pleasant when you're dealing with dealers. Dealers are dealing with customers all day long, right? And it's important that you be pleasant. Absolutely be pleasant. They are both losers, according to Hot Watcher, both Grand Seiko and Breitling. Thank you very much. Brody jumps in. He says, this is the proper outcome between these two brands. Thank you, Brody. Listen, I think the watch community has nailed all of the awards so far this election season. The awards have been going out to the right people. MD Chaz says the result reveals more about the voters than the brand, and the voters are the smart watch collectors. So the voters here are, the smart members of the watch community. True, MD Chaz. Very, very true. And I recused myself, but I think the community is smart on balance, and I think they nailed it. If they say Grand Seiko is the most disappointing brand, then I think we should listen to the global watch community. They are the people who buy and collect the watches. But here's a link for Moses in the chat. Come on and teach us about how to be pleasant. Come on and teach us about the art of negotiation.
teach you one trick in business. Don't always, short link, peeling card.
Bro.
No, because, it's not.
It's actually, if you really make a deal, it's actually part of the deal.
I know, but it's not the only way. There's an art to negotiation.
I'm sorry to answer.
Huh?
I did not
Listen to me
think
one second. I can maybe teach you something. I'm listening to you. I learned. You're gonna learn also. Not in the first thing. Peeling card, links missing. It's not like this. You gotta be pleasant to deal with. Right now, I don't even want to sell it now. I want to keep it because I'm gonna get 12 grand for it. I don't want to sell it.
Yeah, fair.
Okay? If you want to see some other stuff, feel free. But always remember, pleasantness is gonna bring good business. It's gonna bring in the best. But God.
Pleasantness brings in the best. But God bless you, my brother. All right. Well, listen, we had a great election. I hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys had a good time. And I can't think of anything else. I think we're good, right? We're good. Does anybody have any other topics or questions or wants to jump on the panel? Last chance. We're going to go for 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. But in case you just joined us, congratulations to Grand Seiko, winner of the 2025 award. The OC, they won the OC. 2025 award for most disappointing brand of the year. What do you think about me and the election? Doc Mick says OC is a jerk. Okay, thank you. I'll take criticism. That's fair. What a jerk OC is. Okay, fine. All right. I said I have a tough exterior. I've been on YouTube for over 3 years. Actually, almost 4 years, believe it or not. 4 years on YouTube. Call me a jerk. It's okay, Doc Mick. I can take it. Time him out, please. I'm just kidding. Banned. No, but Grand Seiko is the winner, most disappointing watch brand of the year. All of their models look alike, except for the chronographs. Yeah, but they all have a great kind of special kind of themed dial. You know, I get it. Let's see. Buy from the ADs, says MJ, member of the OC channel. Imagine spending tens of thousands of dollars with a guy wearing bottle caps on his soft cap. Is that what he's doing? Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at what this guy's wearing. Why would you buy a $10,000 watch from a guy in a hoodie? Yeah, it's a good point. That is a good point. Yep. MJ nailed it. MJ nailed it. Buy from the AD, guys. I'm a big proponent of the ADs. I think you should buy from the AD. I'm not shy about saying it. I support Bucherer. If you like Rolex, go to Bucherer. If you like Patek Philippe, you go to the gold standard, which is Wempe in New York City. I wouldn't steer you wrong, guys. Reach for the crown, reach for the cross. That's the way you go. You don't go wrong with Rolex and Patek. Okay. Hot Watcher says, OC is not a jerk. Yeah, Doc Mick. Take that. He's an innovative and intelligent human being. Who the hell is this? Hot Watcher's funny. Oh, man. You guys, hey, look, C3D now. Make it 10, OC. Make it 10. What do you mean make it 10? Oh, you mean the negotiating? You mean make it 10 minutes? I got to end the stream, guys. I got to end the stream. We're at 3 hours. We're at 3 hours on the stream. I can't think of anything else to talk about. I'm running a live stream and producing it completely by myself. You know, this is a completely self-run live stream. Got no producer. I got no people in the back room. Nothing. No one sending me clips. Clip it, Mookie. So I want to thank you guys. It's been 3 hours, 3 incredible hours. Unless you guys super chat a question, I'm done. I'm done. Okay? And Mr. Tudor, to you, if you're listening, Tudor was not named the most disappointing watch brand of the year. They weren't even in the final on the final ballot. Okay? For worst brand of the year. I want that membership. I want Mr. Tutor to You as a member. Finally, before the end of this year, you owe it to me. I'm browbeating you. No. Thanks to everybody in the chat for watching. I want to thank all the super chatters for funding today's election, today's special award ceremony for most disappointing watch brand of the year. I want to thank Chalk Flew Up. I want to thank Vimal. I want to thank No Biggie Sal. I want to thank Raj G, Ryan Hofre, and Brody for your incredible support. And I want to thank all the members, all the awesome members. If you're not a member, if you don't have a star next to your name, please consider becoming a member of the OC channel. The link, I'm dropping the link in the chat. We have of all the channels that do live streams, we have the highest percentage of members to subscribers of any channel in the world. And I want to thank you guys. It's definitely a testament to your engagement and your support of the channel that most of you guys are members. If you're not a member, you know what to do. You know what to do. The best Christmas present that you can give yourself is to become a member of this channel. Any other comments? Any other thoughts? Going once. Moses, do you want to jump on? Yeah, I think that's Moses in the back room there. Moses, is that you in the back room? Oh, technical difficulties. All right, no Moses. Moses, if you want to jump on, you can jump on tomorrow. Just reach out to me on IG. We'll coordinate a time. Listen, I get it. Like you want people to be pleasant. You want to have good positive vibes. I get that. But like he was just pointing out that it was a peeling card. You can charge him 10.5. Maybe it should have a fucking a nice card. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying, man. All right. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one. Okay? You guys want me to play an outro? Want me to play Reach for the Crown as an outro? I gotta go. This is a 3-hour live stream, guys. But thanks everyone for watching. Upvote the live stream. Make sure your notifications are set to all. Become members. All that good stuff. Okay. Peace out. If you want, actually do the 5-minute after show. 5-minute after show. If you want to jump on and just say hi. Okay. Peace.